The other thing is in response to the Boston bombing, remember Larry Pratt? Larry Pratt is this guy he's the leader of Gun Owners of America. He's been on this show. We've had him do some debates on this show. He did a viral interview with Piers Morgan. He's been all over the place. He was on a show called, I don't even know the name of the show. The host is Stan Solomon. It's a bizarre show, I warn you now. He was on there, and he said, you know what? Liberals are probably pleased with the Boston bombing because they can use it as a pretext under which to take more control over people, for the government to take more control. Right-wing watch is all over this. And let's listen to what Larry Pratt had to say.
And traumatized were overwhelmingly, quote unquote, their people. They don't care. They're like the Chinese that don't care if they have 1 million casualties because they got 1 billion backups.
I think that's exactly right. This is mission-oriented. They don't care who the victims are. If anything, it might be to their liking, because maybe that their thinking will make the liberals all the more prone to want more control, which plays right into the hands of terrorists and criminals.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, liberals might like the Boston bombing. They might appreciate it because it plays right into exactly what they want to do. Now, in earlier interviews, Larry Pratt and Solomon warned that President Obama was bent on launching a race war that would target upper-class white heterosexual Christians. Just to contextualize a little bit the type of nuanced analyses we get from this duo when they get together.
It seems like paranoia and fear are a big part of what make people like this run and keep these campaigns going.
The other thing is that this constant accusation that liberals want to take away everybody's guns and they want control and they would take pleasure in bombings, it's such obvious propaganda, and it's so meant to appeal to the ignorant, these kind of ignorant, angry, bigoted gun owners, that it actually makes me think it assumes a lot of stupidity. On the one hand, these right-wingers like Larry Pratt must assume that their constituents are stupid enough to fall for this because they're employing this tactic. And at the same time, polls tell us that a lot of people do fall for this tactic of saying Obama's taking your guns and Democrats don't care about keeping you safe. What we can take away from this, it is living proof of why expanded background checks are needed, and our mental health care system desperately needs to be reworked, strengthened, and enhanced. That we can definitely gather from a lot of these ideas that are circling now.
Agreed. I mean, unfortunately, ignorance is widespread, and not just in this country, in many countries. I mean, that's part of the reason why the Republican Party exists, like we talked about.
Absolutely.
I mean, education is so important, and it's people like this and like certain politicians who don't want people going to higher education.
They certainly don't, because they know that they've just seen the facts, right? They just know. The more education you have, less likely you are to believe in literal interpretations of the Bible, less likely you are to believe in conservative social policy, more likely you are to believe in science and things that are studied with data.
The more likely you are to think critically about things and research things for yourself.